As the title of this video says, this is an early Christmas present to all of you who've supported me through this year of 2022. Now, I hope I've given you some great value so far this year. If I have, give me that thumbs up right now on this video. So what I'm going to go through now in this video is exactly how I read the markets and how you're going to be able to use this going forward in 2023. It's actually something that I only share with my full paying students who go through the bootcamp sessions. So let's go through this very short video. Let's get straight into it so you can see exactly how you can apply this yourself. Now I'm going to teach you how to read the markets with the use of understanding the swings in the market and then where you're looking for that retest for an entry. Now, it was suggested that somebody wanted to see a video on this, so hopefully you're watching this video today and it's going to help you in your trading. So when we're looking at our swings in the market, first we need to actually mark off our areas of structure. So this is our area of support. When we see price breaking through that area, where is the area we see price breaking down? Well, we do have this swing to the downside here. But I've noticed that we have a small pullback and a continuation. This is all about understanding the track of the swings. There's your next move down. Now on the pullback, what we actually look for now is where do we see that breakout? Well, we can mark off the low of this move right here. Now, if you are a support and resistance trader and you're new to this channel today, believe me, this area is nothing to do with support and resistance, but it is something to do with what we trade, an area of imbalance. Now notice this is the swing that went down. Yes, we had a small pullback here, then a further drop. But once I saw this candle push up, which is understanding the reversal pattern, which I do share in this channel, we see this move on this candlestick right here. This shows me the market's going to go back higher. And how we track price at this point is we're going to use this move from this high to this low. And we're looking at this Fibonacci pullback for price to come above this area of the 50%. Now this all comes into what we call the discount and premium area. There is a video in the channel. I will leave that at the end of this video. It's a great video for you to understand the use of this tool. But what we're actually looking for when price pulls back, it's above the 50%, going back to retest. And we just remove that again to retest this previous area of structure. Now, many of you may call it support to act as resistance. This isn't what's actually causing the market to reverse. What's causing this to reverse is this area here, what we call an area of imbalance. Now, the market closes up on the imbalance right here, and then we have a final push back up above these highs and a fall to downside. That is what actually shows me the market showing that reversal. Then we track our swings and you'll be able to find an entry here after we see a small break of structure right here in the market. Right here, there's a break of structure, pullback, manipulation. Now all of this is something I do teach inside that Forex Masterclass course. There is also a free online workshop as well right now. You can get either of those, links are below in the description of this video. But what we're looking at here, after we see this reversal to the downside, we're then going to mark off our area of structure again. There's our support, the area of structure support. Market breaks through. What breaks through? Which is this swing move where we have a pullback first, then we have a breakthrough. This is my swing, my trading range. Now, if you're not sure on the trading range, there is much more of that inside the Forex Masterclass course. And in fact, the use of a trading range is what I use on a daily basis to help with my trading. Now, when we see the market pulling back once again, you're going to apply this tool. We're looking for price to come above the 50%. Look at how price tests that 50%. And then eventually we go high above these highs. What are those highs creating in the market? Liquidity. There's money sitting above these highs going into again. Look at this. We have an area of imbalance that broke through. Do you notice how the imbalance is right where we see the area of previous structure retested from below? Again, you may see that as support become resistance. What I see it is an area of imbalance holding at the 50%. That's what we're looking at. See how the market moves. Once again, we see the pullback. There's our pullback right here in the market. Then where do we mark off our area of structure? Again, this is our structure low. Now, the market does break through on this area. So we can mark off, we just use the Fibonacci tool again, mark off this move to this low, to this high. That is my trading range. We want to go above the 50%. At no point did the market here go above that 50%. See how we held below it. Now, yes, we do have areas of imbalance here, but I'm not interested in trading it unless I see a push above. So for me, this area of imbalance is the zone I'll be looking at. But the market never even reached the area of imbalance or above the 50%. We then continue to go lower. This is where we can create this swing to downside. This is where I'm looking for my pullback. We pull back, we close through the 50%, we push up. At one point, this was a solid bullish candle. Many traders will be looking to jump in here to go long, but we're waiting. We see a close back down, wick through this area of imbalance. Now, we never actually closed through that imbalance. We just held below it. We filled it. And then we continue to break structure. And again, we make a lower high here. We could have found another trade. Okay, so we push up, lower high. In there, the lower time frames, you will find an area of supply to take a trade off. Once again, we mark off our structure. There's our structure low. The market breaks through. Now, where is your current move? This is your swing to downside. So anything pulling back inside here, once again, we mark it off using your tool. Anything above this 50%. Now you could use this area of imbalance. But look how the market closed straight through this imbalance, held at the 50% and closed back up. That told me we were going to go higher. And the market would then go to the next area of imbalance, which is here. We go to the next imbalance zone. But once again, we have a solid close through. And then we close back down. Now this is going to tell me straight away the market wants to go higher. So this would be my next area expecting price to go to then fill this area of imbalance above this high right here. Very small leftover imbalance. And look what the market did. It made a higher low in this market. A manipulation of these lows on a lower time frame. You're going to be able to find an opportunity here with the use of what I call my banker's pattern. Now that's a pattern we trade in the market. You can see we have a pullback here. Now we closed through this area of imbalance once again. This then tells me we're going to go higher. This is my next area I'm expecting the price to go to. After this, we then have this area of imbalance. A small area left over above this high. So I'm expecting price when we pull back here to look for another buy for higher low to continue up to this previous high into this imbalance. That's a great opportunity to capture a trade. And all this information we're getting from these swings in the market. Nothing else, we're reading the swings. So if we were looking at the swings once again, when we see this push up, there is your push up, what breaks through this high and this area of imbalance. So anything inside here, the market's pulling back into, and what do you expect to find in here? In here, you're going to find an area of demand, an area of imbalance. And there's your entry and there's your target. Let's quickly just pop down to a 1 hour time frame. So here on the 1 hour time frame, what do we see? We see the market coming down into this area of demand. That is a great opportunity right here to look for a trade. Now we can look for entries here. We have manipulations of these lows and a push up. But this is where we can look for a trade. All you need to do is use a set and forget strategy here. Stop the low. And remember the target on this one. We'll be looking for the target to take this high. That's over 9-to-1 risk to reward. That's just going through the daily time frame, tracking price, understanding where it's going to go. Simple as that. Back to daily time frame once again, and we'll finish up on this video right now looking at current price, what I'll be looking for next. Now, once we start removing those areas, removing these highs here as well in the market, we're expecting price to continue up. We now have a swing push up here. Before we saw this price action here, I'd be looking for this as my move for a pullback. Okay, but price continues to go higher. We never pull back below that 50%, and this is where current price now sits. So for price to pull back, where do I look for it now to come to? Well, we have an area of imbalance in here, and we also have this as our swing high. So we're looking now for price to pull back into this imbalance to this swing high. What else do you see here? We have an area of demand. And again, all of this will make sense once you start going through that Forex Masterclass course. Now we can identify the market will want to perhaps come from this area in the market and pull back to this area. Coming back to retest that structure, filling our imbalance, and perhaps coming into this demand zone for another buy to the upside. And where will we expect price to reverse from? Well, we're now coming up to this previous high in the market. What do you expect to see above this high? We have our area of imbalance right above a high. Price may push up and then drop off. Now that is my Christmas present to you, how I exactly read those markets. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I do hope that I've given you some great value so far this year in 2022. And I look forward to giving you more value going forward in 2023. If you enjoyed this video today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because then it gives me the knowledge that you are really enjoying this type of content. And popping up right now is that video that I suggested at the beginning of this video when we was talking about the use of that Fibonacci tool with the premium and the discount area.